All right, so some of you may have already heard by now that unfortunately we got ourselves a pretty insane patch today, something that I definitely didn't see coming, but I'm going to really quickly touch bases in the beginning of the video on this brand new patch because I have a tiny bit of a complaint. And then after that, I'm going to show you guys exactly the location that I'm standing in right now, which some of you might already know about this if you have the pinpoint game pass, but if you don't have it, then this might be completely brand new news to you, and it could potentially be a big game changer. So like I was saying before, if you guys are not aware, this morning a patch was pushed out that unfortunately made it so that all level 60s and higher will pretty much not be able to level up anymore because our XP that we need to have in order to get a level is absolutely absurd. Currently in the game, I'm level 65, and to hit level 66, I need 2.6 billion XP. That is actually insane. Prior to this, I only needed about 1.3 to 1.4 million. So that is quite literally a night and day difference. I don't even know how to feel about this, but aside from that, another thing that happened was something that I sort of warned you guys about. I want to say, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, I told you that there was going to be a huge mage nerf incoming, and sure enough, it's here. Now, as of the time recording this video, ice has not been touched whatsoever, but fire mages have been pretty much nerfed to the ground. And I wouldn't be surprised if moving forward, they're going to touch ice mages as well. And realistically, oh my, it is actually like pitch black here. What in the world? Now, what's really interesting about all of these nerfs is the fact that for some reason, warriors haven't been touched at all. Like, I mean, I know that we have stuns that are kind of insane. And I mean, for the most part, if I switched over to Thar, which I am now Thar faction, I can pretty much two-shot anything. I mean, I can even go as far as saying that I can one-shot things. So it's kind of interesting that mages are kind of getting hit with major nerfs, but not melee. I don't know. I mean, personally, I am a melee main, but I feel like if mages are getting nerfed, then I feel like everybody across the board should be getting nerfed. Maybe that's just me kind of playing both sides here, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. With that out of the way, I want to go ahead and show you guys the area where I am standing right now. Now, this is an island that is basically nowhere on the map listed. Over there in kind of the horizon, you can see the desert biome being, I forget what this place is even called, Sandstone Isles. And to the right side, that is the mainland. This island is literally located in the middle of the ocean. There is no indicator whatsoever that will tell you that this island even exists unless you have the pinpoint game pass that then will show you that on this island there is palm trees. Aside from the fact that there is palm trees on this island, there is also legendary fishing spots. To my knowledge, I don't think that there's legendary fishing spots anywhere else on the map. I think maybe like 1 or 2 places on the mainland. But realistically, the reason why I wanted to show you guys this location, which I will sort of zoom out here a bit so you can get sort of a perspective of where it is located exactly, is because I know that a lot of people tend to AFK palm trees. And the reason for this is because they're extremely difficult to farm. There's technically only 5 of them in each and every single one of the locations on the mainland, and then over in Sandstone Isles there's 7 of them, which makes it fairly easy, but it's nowhere as easy as being able to AFK farm. Now, with this being completely out of the way, it makes it really good to be able to go ahead and just stand here AFK all night long, and technically no one is going to bother you because realistically the entire player base of the game doesn't watch my videos, and I've been here a bunch of times since we discovered it during the live stream, and I've yet to see a single person farming here. Now, that's only half of the crazy part. The other half is that there is not only just one of these islands, but there's actually 2 of them. So if we open up the map here, this is the one that we are currently at. If we go a little further down, you'll notice that there is 2 more palm trees in the middle of the ocean. These are actually directly underneath Umbral Gorge. Using this fishing spot here as a reference point, the other one is sort of over there, but using this one, you can basically just fly directly in this direction, and eventually you will run into that island. I'm gonna be honest, man, it's pretty easy to spot these while you're flying around the ocean because the sky sort of clears out as you get closer, so you'll be able to see them even though you don't have the exact location. As you can see right there, we can already spot it. It's up ahead, and this one again is very similar to the other one. There's palm trees on here. There's also legendary fishing spots, and I believe that's pretty much it. Oddly enough, this island is much bigger than the other one, but it has less palm trees. Go figure. I don't understand how that makes sense, but there is a total of 2 palm trees here, and the rest of the island is just completely empty. And then for legendary fishing spots, there is 2. I was going to say 1, but no, there is actually 2. Now, one last time here for perspective, that is where it is on the map right there. Another great AFK spot that I hardly ever see people in. These are pretty cool. And again, we came across this while we were on the live stream, and I really wanted to make a video on this just because I thought it was kind of interesting. And again, I'm sure it's going to help out some of you guys that try to AFK, but I sort of want to drift over now to talking a little bit more about the patch that was pushed today. Another pretty major thing that was implemented is that if you have PK status now, you will no longer suffer the consequences of losing your soulbound items. I don't exactly know how I feel about that one. I do appreciate it because in my case, I don't exactly PvP, so it's kind of nice that I don't have anybody jumping in front of me, potentially making me purposely get PK status and then me losing my items. But from the perspective of somebody that's potentially purposely trying to be PK status, I feel like they should suffer the consequences, but I guess that makes sense in a perfect world, but obviously it doesn't really play out the exact same way. Now, aside from that, there was other small things that were done. Sword hook has also been sort of nerfed. They increased the cooldown time from 21 to 26 seconds. Harmony strike has also been sort of nerfed. Nothing really too crazy. Cooldown time increased from 18 seconds to 20 seconds. Again, really the biggest one here is the fire bullets. That one is a huge game changer. It says each target can now take up to 4 hits from projectiles. Additional bullets from the same cast hitting the same target will no longer register as a hit. So yeah, man, just an unfortunate nerf for mages. I really did try to warn you guys ahead of time because I knew that usually 98% of the time with this game, from what I've seen, every single time that testers mention anything, testers do have some type of control on what happens in the back end, which is kind of interesting. It's something that I've never seen before. And I'm honestly on the fence whether I think it's a good idea or not. But I mean, curious to read your comments on this. Now, aside from that, we also did get a tiny bit more information on what we're going to be receiving for the next update, which is going to be the major update, I guess. Since obviously we are going to not have a reason as level 60 pluses to level up anymore, we may as well start gathering a bunch of materials because it looks like there is going to be a brand new armor set that's going to be included, or I guess not set, but a brand new armor tier, which my guess would probably be unique armor. Aside from that, we also have instance dungeons, unique bosses, new items, mobs, materials, recipes, and more. So based off their track record, my guess is that you will more than likely be able to craft this unique armor, and you'll more than likely need sulfur and gemstone from the previous areas, but you're probably going to need new materials added onto that that'll probably only be obtainable inside of dungeons. That's why it's pretty important to go ahead and start racking up on a bunch of materials so that way you don't have to go and do old content once this update does decide to drop, and instead you can just focus up on dungeons and get that done with. Now, aside from that, man, there really isn't any other information that I sort of want to share with you guys. I really just wanted to push this out, not only to show you guys the secret island, but to also squeeze in everything that's going on right now. There's a lot of drama over on the Discord server for pretty much a right reason. I mean, I get it from both parties because, I mean, what's stopping you from just switching over to like being an ice mage or just being sword and bow, right? Or whatever the meta may be now. Then at the same time, I understand the mages because they chose that and they want to play that. They shouldn't be punished for wanting to play that. On top of that, we also have no ability of being able to change our race. So for the individuals that want to sort of min-max, they unfortunately have to go and make a completely separate character, level it all the way up to 60 just to be able to keep up with whatever the meta may be. It's unfortunate, man. I really do get it from both sides, but as a warrior, I definitely do not feel that it is fair at all for them to be getting hit with nerfs set while we aren't. Because somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe warriors have been touched a single time, besides maybe the hook that was sort of nerfed today, but I don't really know anybody that uses hook. Maybe it's a PvP thing, and that's why I'm just oblivious. Either way, man, it's going to be interesting to read the comments. Like always, we will be live tonight. I'm probably just going to be doing material farming because obviously we won't be doing any leveling, considering your boy is not going to be getting 2.6 billion XP anytime soon. If you want to just come chat while you're doing maybe some grinding or potentially even farming for materials just like me, feel free to swing by. We stream here on the channel every single day, Monday through Saturday, except for Sunday, so technically not every single day. But either way, man, that's going to do it for this video. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.